In this tutorial, we'll take a look at this lighting design that I was going to use in a math program at one point in time, as well as how to set the materials on an object, because this pentagon or this octagon shaped object is just a single object named cylinder. Well, that gives us a clue what it is, so let's go into another layer real quick and just add a cylinder to the scene like this. But if you have your toolbar open over here, you can come down here as you're adding it before you do anything else to it, and I press 8 in here and it changes it to an 8-sided octagon like that. So that's how I was able to put that into the scene. Alright, so I don't need that anymore, and we'll go back into this layer. So what this was designed to do, I use it kind of as an animation effect. These are just all individual text objects, as is that one, that one. So the setup was a little time consuming, but then when I run through the animation, it was designed so you to focus on 3/8 being 3 parts out of 8 visually, and as the fraction 3 over 8, which is the same as 3 divided by 8, which is equal to 0.375. So this was for an elementary school approach. And then 4/8 was 4 divided by 8. 4 divided by 8 is equal to 0.50. And then 5/8 is 5 parts out of 8. 5 divided by 8 is 0.625, etc. Alright, so that was the purpose of it. And let's now focus on this object right here, which was, zoom in a little bit. So notice it's just a single object, and if I go into edit mode, I can select each one. So these 3 are different colors. So if I go over to the material tab, let's get rid of this guy and this guy so you can see it a little bit better. And in the material tab, that is set as white and that is set as green, yet it's the same object. So it's a great way you can put different materials on different faces within the same object. And we'll just experiment real quick. So we're going to select this one first. In order to do this, let me see what colors I have already built in. Well, let's try maybe we'll try an orange color. In order for this to work, I want to grab a new texture from over here on this plus button, a new material slot. You see, versus this add a new material. I really want a new material slot for this one, and I'll call it new, and I'll make it this orange color like that, and I will call it orange like that, but nothing happens. But so in order to change it, you do have to be in edit mode, so you can select that face, of course, but then once you have the material, then you actually have to assign it. Alright, so now that I've assigned it, now when I leave edit mode, suddenly it's fixed and that's its own individual color like that. Alright, so we'll go pick the other one back because I don't want to, I'll leave it that way, but well, we could turn it yellow or whatever's in the material slot I can now use. But you want to use that if you want to pick a new color, and then you definitely need to assign it within edit mode in order to make it work. Alright, so maybe that gives you some ideas for other things. I was trying to use this for a lot of these, I have a lot of math videos on there designed for kids, but it turns out stories were a little more exciting. You'll see a lot of that under a new website pretty soon that I'll put online. That'll be an entire series of math stories and then links to math videos as well. So there's about 65 stories you can read just to learn math and apply it as you go. In fact, if you watch my Python tutorials, what I typically do in there, we do apply mathematics in there, so it has practical value as well. Well, alright, well that's it for this lesson, and I'll see you in the next lesson.